Kristin Cavallari burst onto the scene in 2004 as a sassy love rival to Queen Bee Lauren Conrad on MTV's hit reality show Laguna Beach. 15 years later, Cavallari is a successful entrepreneur and a happily married mother of 3. Her transformation in that time has been extraordinary. Considering our defining image of Kristin Cavallari as a bronzed, bleach blonde teen in a jean skirt and flip-flops, it's surprising to learn she's not originally from California. Cavallari was actually born in Denver, Colorado. She spent many of her formative years worlds away from the warm climes of Laguna Beach. Speaking to CV Lux, Cavallari explained, "I lived in a suburb of Chicago throughout my entire junior high years." Although she'd settled back on the West Coast with her father by the time the MTV cameras rolled in, Cavallari went east again before ultimately landing in Nashville. Kristin Cavallari almost didn't end up on Laguna Beach because she wasn't in school the first day producers came by. However, Cavallari was adamant about being cast in the then-fledgling show, marching back into school the next day and demanding her shot. Considering that she went on to become one of the scene-stealing stars on the show, she must have been pretty convincing. Although Laguna Beach was a mega hit, Cavallari's father was puzzled by its appeal. Meanwhile, Kristin understood the show's popularity, but she was upset about her portrayal. She told E! News, "No one ever told me like, hey, by the way, you're the villain. I was so young. I mean, I was 17, 18, so to all of a sudden have people saying what a bitch I was, that was really hard actually."
Yeah. Did you see Casey's dress?
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. That girl's ridiculous, you guys. Like a cheap Casey looks like a cheap
Yeah.
She does.
In an interview with HuffPost, Laguna Beach producer Gary Auerbach maintained that Lauren Conrad and Kristin Cavallari really couldn't stand each other. However, the publication noted Cavallari made it clear to them that wasn't the case. According to Kristin, "We were never as big of enemies as they wanted it to seem. It's just one of those relationships that loves to get played out, but it's not quite as it seems." Cavallari told People she felt the situation was manipulated, particularly the supposed love triangle between her, Conrad, and Stephen Colletti. Kristin said, "I also felt as though my real-life boyfriend, Stephen Colletti, was being put in situations he normally wouldn't have been in. They were making it seem like there was this love triangle with co-star Lauren Conrad." Although Cavallari admitted to HuffPost that Conrad was never her best friend, MTV allegedly blew things out of proportion for ratings. Considering the alleged manipulation at the heart of Laguna Beach, Kristin Cavallari's time on the show understandably left her cynical about romantic relationships. As she discussed in her autobiography, Balancing in Heels, the way her relationship with Stephen Colletti was tested during the show seriously affected her. "On one side, it seemed like the producers were trying to break us up, which was intimidating. On the other side, I was worried that my relationship with Stephen was becoming less stable. Even though I knew if I hadn't been on television, he wouldn't have been spending time with another girl. The couple worked through it, but couldn't fix everything. We talked about everything the entire time, but that still didn't make it easy. I think always having my guard up for those couple of years filming made me reluctant to trust men." In 2009, after Lauren Conrad left the Hills, Cavallari rose to the occasion and happily took her place. This time around, however, she treated it as a job, telling People, "I had my life on the show, and the lines weren't blurred, so it was really fun for me. I took control, and I had a good experience doing it." In an interview with Momtastic, she explained the difference between starring on the two shows. "Laguna Beach was really our lives being manipulated by being put in situations we never would have been in normally. And when I joined the Hills, we filmed 3 different scenes, 3 days a week. I had my life on camera and a completely different life off camera. I knew the character they wanted me to play, and this time I was game."
Alright, so it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this? Is it gonna be like this? Because if it's gonna be like this, it's on.
As much as Cavallari was happy to live up her reputation as a reality TV villain, the star also wasn't shy about revealing which parts of her tenure on the Hills were closer to fantasy. When Cavallari made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live, a caller asked how she felt about Whitney Port's statement that one of the biggest cliffhangers in the Hills' history was completely fabricated. Surprisingly, Cavallari acknowledged that although Port's storyline happened before her time on the show, she wasn't surprised at all to hear it was faked.
I can tell you, most of my stuff wasn't real. So I'm gonna take that road and say that maybe it's true.
In Balancing in Heels, the reality star detailed her unusual courtship with the father of her kids, Jay Cutler. Cavallari originally broke off their engagement back in July 2011, but quickly reconciled with the since-retired Chicago Bears quarterback, subsequently announcing she was pregnant that November. They got married in June 2013, less than a year after welcoming their eldest son, Camden Jack. Cavallari wrote, "Relationships are hard work, especially with kids. But those couple months of being broken up showed us how much we meant to each other, and how much we were both willing to do whatever it takes to make our relationship work. That desire to make the relationship work obviously extends to their children." Kristin Cavallari and Jay Cutler have 3 children together, with their second son, Jackson, born in 2014, followed by daughter Sailor the following year. Speaking to Today, Cavallari explained how motherhood completely changed her for the better. "I really feel like I'm finally in a place where this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm meant for. This is where I'm the happiest. I felt like I really came into my own when I became a mom." After The Hills wrapped in 2010, Cavallari turned her attention to more creative pursuits, designing a shoe line for Chinese laundry in 2012 and releasing Balancing in Heels in 2014. In 2017, she launched her own jewelry company, Uncommon James. Speaking to The Skinny Confidential, Cavallari said that launching her super chic jewelry line just made sense in the trajectory of her career. I loved being in the accessories world since I think they make or break your outfit. Jewelry was the next natural step for me, and Uncommon James is very special since it's my own company. As for what kind of woman Cavallari has in mind when designing her pieces, she said, "The modern woman, a girl on the go who doesn't want to spend 10 minutes trying on jewelry. She wants fashion to be easy, throw these pieces on and never take them off." After making homes in Chicago, Laguna Beach, and Los Angeles, Cavallari finally settled down in the suburbs of Nashville, Tennessee. Speaking to area publication The Tennessean, Cavallari noted the city has deeper meaning for her and Jay Cutler. "The first weekend we ever really hung out, we actually came to Nashville. It was only 24 hours, but I completely fell in love. We bought the house with the intention to be here full-time and raise our family here when Jay was done playing football." The couple spent much of Cutler's off-season in Nashville and moved there permanently once he retired. Very Cavallari, in which Cavallari both stars and works as executive producer, debuted in 2018. She told Elle a few different things had to line up to bring her back into this world, but Cavallari felt the store and its many eccentric employees would be a fitting backdrop. Still, she was anxious about her return, noting, "I had a little moment right before we started filming of, oh my god, I think I made the wrong decision, but that quickly went away as soon as we started filming." Cavallari also appreciated working behind the scenes on the show as well, adding that, "Working with a team of producers that respect and value my creative direction with the show is such a dream come true." Kristin Cavallari was quick to note, however, that her return to reality TV wasn't primarily focused on her. Jay Cutler was only featured when he wanted to appear, while the two parents decided to keep their kids off camera entirely until they're old enough to make the decision for themselves. She was frank with Elle about Cutler's feelings on filming, admitting, "He really doesn't want anything to do with reality TV, to be quite honest. But he's doing it to support me, and he understands what a good opportunity it is for me." The Very Cavallari star was careful to ensure Cutler was comfortable, while the couple kept certain parts of their home life completely under wraps. She told Elle, "You'll never see the master bedroom, for example. We both just want to make sure we have some stuff that's just for us, that's private." With her shoe line, her jewelry line, 2 books, and a brand new reality TV show, it's difficult to imagine Kristin Cavallari fitting anything else into her work schedule. However, in 2019, she collaborated with longtime hairstylist Justin Anderson on a new blonding brush so fans could emulate her signature tresses. Still, Uncommon James is her baby, and nowhere is Cavallari's passion more evident. She spoke to TV Insider about exposing her business to criticism in Very Cavallari, noting, "Putting those company vulnerabilities out there can be scary, but it's also very real. We're all learning and growing. I feel like I'm working really hard right now to get the corporate things in a really great place." It's difficult to imagine, but the Kristin Cavallari of Laguna Beach and The Hills wasn't as confident as she let on. It's only now that Cavallari truly feels like herself. As she told Bella magazine in 2016, "I'm in a good place and I'm ready to let people in." She reiterated that sentiment in Balancing in Heels when she wrote, "I'm comfortable in my own skin and I'm no longer affected by what others think. This is me. There's no sugarcoating who I am." After spending a decade together and being married for 7, Kristin Cavallari and Jay Cutler announced that they were filing for divorce in April 2020. The reality star took to Instagram to share the news with fans, writing in the caption of a photo of her and Cutler strolling down the street, "We have come to a loving conclusion to get a divorce. We have nothing but love and respect for one another and are deeply grateful for the years shared, memories made, and the children we are so proud of." Cavallari explained the two of them had simply been growing apart, and she asked for privacy to figure out the situation with their family. The divorce documents filed by Cavallari cited marital misconduct and irreconcilable differences, according to Entertainment Tonight. Although the press had a feeding frenzy, Cavallari refused to get involved in the mudslinging. She conducted an Instagram live session with BFF Justin Anderson, but she did not offer any insight into her divorce, instead focusing on her children. On May 19, 2020, just a few weeks after making her divorce from longtime partner Jay Cutler public, Kristin Cavallari shocked fans with another announcement. She was saying goodbye to Very Cavallari. After 3 successful seasons on E!, the reality star revealed she would be retreating back behind the cameras once more. She wrote on Instagram, "As I start this new chapter in my life, I have decided not to continue with Very Cavallari." Although she didn't explicitly say so, it's likely Cavallari didn't want her divorce playing out on television for everyone to gawk at. However, she previously teased a cameo in The Hills, New Beginnings, MTV's spin-off show to its original mega hit. Cavallari told Entertainment Tonight in March 2020, "I think it's going to be fun to go back and see the old gang, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it." As for whether that leaves the door open for future television appearances, only Cavallari can know for sure.
Are you crying? No! Please don't cry because I'm gonna start crying.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.